On the news tonight, Education Ministry assures of collaboration with ANSACA on fight against HIV/AIDS. ABS MD Sachido calls for intensified efforts to protect children's rights. Federal government charges 179 Russia-bound Nigerian students to be good ambassadors. Many voters in Liberia seek change as they vote in tight presidential runoff. Before the news in detail, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total around maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. The Anambra State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumode, has assured of her ministry's readiness to partner the Anambra State AIDS Control Agency, ANSACA, in the fight against the scourge. Speaking while receiving members of the Anambra State AIDS Control Agency on an advocacy visit in her office, Commissioner Chumode stated that the highest scourge humanity has witnessed outside tuberculosis is HIV and syphilis. Professor Chumode further stated that the ministry will, apart from establishing HIV awareness clubs in schools, domesticate in the curriculum which flows from the national by adding some extracurricular activities. She assured that they are going to institute a committee in the ministry that will kick off this in the schools to support what ANSACA is doing. Speaking earlier, the Executive Director of ANSACA, Mr. John Bosco Ementa, called for the integration of family life and health education into the state school curriculum, which, according to him, will address the growing HIV crisis as well as reduce the stigma and discrimination associated with the scourge. Mr. Ementa cautioned that absence of intervention for in-school youth could result in increase in new infections, especially among youths and adolescents. He expressed confidence in the ministry's capacity to provide required leadership in monitoring and evaluation of the program's performance and impact in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, adding that increasing prevalence of HIV among adolescent youths is a growing public health issue. Ms. Ementa noted that the purpose of this advocacy brief is to present the case for incorporating family life and health education into the state school curriculum, which he said has the potential to equip the youth with information and skills they need to take care of their health, including preventing HIV/AIDS. The Managing Director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sachido Bidego, has called on relevant authorities to intensify efforts towards ensuring the protection of children's rights in this part of the world. The ABS Managing Director made the call during the reconstitution of Anambra State Children's Parliament held in collaboration with UNICEF Field Office Enugu at the ABS corporate headquarters in Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Institution of Anambra State Children's Parliament, which was sponsored by UNICEF Field Office Enugu, is an event marking this year's World Children's Day with the theme Every Child, Every Right. Sachido, who expressed dissatisfaction with the way children's rights are being trampled upon in this part of the world, said that authorities should, as a matter of urgency, take actions that will guarantee the safety of children and protection of their rights in order to save the society from impending danger. So according to him, children are the hope and future of the society, calling on government to enact and enforce laws that will protect children's rights. Sachido asked religious leaders to always preach messages that will reshape the lives of the children into better citizens, medical doctors to first save lives of children in critical health conditions instead of demanding for deposits before treatment, lawyers to provide free services to children with litigations in court, among others.
Every child has a right to education. They have the right to health. Are we giving the children these rights? The executive is supposed to provide a budget to ensure that these rights are provided for children.
In a paper presentation, the Director of Program of the ABS, Mrs. Nneka Ekwunife thanked the UNICEF for various efforts towards championing the well-being of children across the globe, calling for all hands to be on deck to ensure total protection of the children's rights, as according to her, it is a collective responsibility.
Rights are legal, social or moral entitlement that individual possesses. Typically, it's based on the principles of fairness, justice and equality.
For the Speaker of the Anambra State Children's Parliament, Honorable Victoria Ekwunife, relevant authorities should see to the implementation of all the already existing laws on protection of children's rights, as she observed that there are already a number of laws in Nigeria that seek to protect the rights of children if well implemented.
There are already existing laws, but the implementation is where the matter now stands, and the judiciary also make sure that any case involving a child brought to the law courts is well attended to.
Contributing, one of the members of the Anambra State Children's Parliament who represents Anambra West constituency as the Parliament, Honorable Sylvia Chinwoba, who also moved a motion for the incorporation of physically challenged children into the Parliament, called on the State Ministry of Children and Women Affairs in collaboration with the government and relevant stakeholders to step up efforts in ensuring that the needs of children with disabilities in the state are met and their rights protected in a special way. In Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
In preparation for the upcoming 2023 Road Safety Day and World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims, the Anambra State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) says it is prioritizing speed reduction to enhance road safety during this Yuletide season. The State Sector Commandant, Mr. Adoye Irelewi, highlighted the core focus on curbing overspeeding through strategic deployment of personnel, emphasizing the significance of this effort during the Yuletide season, aiming to prevent road traffic incidents and ensure the well-being of road users. Correspondent Emmanuel Chiwata has details.
According to Mr. Irelewi, as part of the annual commemoration set for Sunday, November 19, 2023 at the Cathedral Church of St. Faith, Awka, the FRSC will hold a Thanksgiving service to honor victims of road traffic crashes and underscored the importance of public sensitization to encourage responsible road use. He said that the Corps, having initiated the Ember Month Safety Campaign, is actively engaged in public enlightenment and safety awareness activities. Mr. Irelewi addressed factors contributing to overspeeding, such as drunk driving and obstructions, emphasizing the deployment of recovery vehicles in critical areas like the Old Niger Bridge and Awka Metropolis.
In Anambra State, we flagged off our Ember Month Safety Campaign. It marked the beginning of increased public enlightenment activity, increased safety awareness campaign targeted towards traffic volume and traffic movement towards the end of the year. We also do our best to sensitize members of the public on safe use of the road so as to prevent the incident of a road traffic crash.
Expressing commitment to swift obstruction removal, he urged stakeholders, sister agencies and government officials to participate in the celebration. Mr. Irelewi appealed to all road users to adhere to legal speed limits, exercise common sense speed limits, abstain from alcohol or psychotropic substances while driving, and plan their travels to accommodate potential delays.
I want to seriously appeal to all road users within the state to reduce their speed, avoid drinking alcohol or any other psychotropic substances while driving, and also plan their travel time so that they will make room for delays when they are making any journey.
In Awka, Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
The federal government has advised the 179 students going to Russia to study not to see it as uncontrolled freedom to do things that would bring disgrace to their families and the country. The students who are to study in various institutions in Russia under the Bilateral Education Agreement, BEA, were selected across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country and are expected to depart Nigeria soon. Ekwuachide tells us more.
During a pre-departure briefing ceremony in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, charged them to be good ambassadors of Nigeria and uphold good values while focusing on their studies. The minister, represented by the Director of Tertiary Education and the Federal Ministry of Education, Hajia Rakia Ilyasu, said their selection was part of a broader plan of deepening the renewed hope agenda of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration, which ensures that brilliant Nigerians are supported to get necessary knowledge, skills, and competence that will be useful in Nigeria's development agenda. Professor Mamman reminded them that Nigeria is investing a lot in them and expects that the returns of the investments would manifest in their coming back to help move the nation forward.
Nigeria is investing a lot in you and expect that the returns of this investment will manifest in your coming back to help move the country forward.
The head Federal Scholarship Board, Asta Ndajuwo, while advising the students, recounted the loss of 2 students by drowning and urged them to safeguard their lives by being mindful of their movements.
By the grace of Almighty God and the efforts of the federal government, you all have been paid your scholarship allowances. You will be your brother's keepers. You go to your studies centers. You will work hard. We expect you behave well too.
A parent who spoke on behalf of others prayed for protection of the students, while a student, Moses Enalegu, who spoke on behalf of other scholars, thanked the federal government for the opportunity, saying they will not let their guards down. In Abuja, Princess Ekwuachide reporting.
Liberians voted in a runoff election between President George Weah and former Vice President Joseph Boakai in a closely fought vote between the 2 old rivals. Former soccer star Weah, 57, who came to power in 2018, won 7,000 more votes than career politician Boakai in the October poll, and he failed to reach the 50% needed to secure an outright victory. Many voters said they were underwhelmed by Weah's first term, which has been dogged by graft scandals and persistent poverty in Africa's oldest independent republic. Weah has asked voters for more time to make good on his first-term promises to root out corruption and improve livelihood. Meanwhile, Boakai, 78, who lost to Weah in the 2017 election, has campaigned on the need to rescue the nation from mismanagement by Weah's administration. From the world of sports, Taylor is in Nigeria's squad for the first time after he was handed an invitation by head coach Jose Peseiro for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. The former Burnley player celebrated his invitation by scoring his first goal for Bayer Leverkusen against Union Berlin last weekend. The 24-year-old trained with his international teammates for the first time on Tuesday night. The winger said he is happy with the opportunity to represent Nigeria. Before we go tonight, remember that you can follow news and programs on EBS TV from any part of the world. Further following links. Like us on our Facebook at the Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at EBS Television Oka. On X, we are EBS Radio TV. On Instagram, we are EBS Radio TV. You can log on to our website at www.ebsradiotv.com. Now the main points that made the news again tonight. Anambra Education Ministry has assured of collaboration with ANSACA on fight against HIV/AIDS. ABS MD Sachido has called for intensified efforts to protect children's rights. Federal government has charged 179 Russia-bound Nigerian students to be good ambassadors. Finally, from the foreign scenes, many voters in Liberia are seeking for change as they vote in tight presidential runoff. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's all on the news tonight. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebanam. Good night.